Why? Cause you're loving the crew. You're loving the crew. You're loving the crew. Hey everybody, Troy Reeves here, your friendly upcoming neighborhood music nerd, and to do an album review, mixtape review, just take your pick of the final installment of the Weeknd's trilogy. Well, what so-called trilogy, Echoes of Silence. Before I get into the review, I want to mention that there's some stuff on my page to mention. Leonard Cohen released a new single just today, actually, from his upcoming album, Old Ideas, called Darkness. A very solid track. I recommend checking that out. The Shins yesterday released their single for their upcoming track, Portamore. Simple song. Again, a very solid track on that one. Recommend that one. And of course, the Coachella lineup has been announced, and it's been getting the buzz of the internet and all that. To falling into it, and I kind of want to think, what do you guys think about the lineup this year? I think it's very solid. I think it's definitely a very solid lineup. I think it's gonna be a great festival year. But besides that, let's get into this mixtape review, I guess. If you haven't heard of The Weeknd by now, I'm be kind of shocked because he is one of those artists that's be getting on the rise. He started last year with a mixtape all on his own called The House of Balloons, which got a lot of buzz. Pitchfork even ranked it the 10th best album of the year, which is saying something. And it's got all this hype. I kind of got late on it. I listened to it when it first came out. Wasn't a big fan of it. Kind of grew on me. Now like it a lot more. Um, that kind of start off this somewhat trilogy, and kind of his rise to fame. Drake signed him. I think he signed him. I know he was a running force. I'll take care. One of the songs, "Cruel Love," or what I was referencing. But he released another mixtape a couple months later called Thursday, which I easily think is the weakest. Even though the production boosts up a lot more, it's kind of, it's not a great mixtape in my opinion. But this the final one, the Echo of the Silence, I wasn't really, I wasn't really going into it expecting a lot. I was just thinking, okay, it's kind of gonna be probably more of the same, just no, same old deal. No big deal. I mean, it's not bad. Experimental R&B, which I mean, it's different from what I'm normally hear, but I'm just not too excited to hear it. And I came out of it probably loving it. I was very surprised of how much I turned out to love this real mixtape. I honestly think this is his best one out of all three of them. This is easily the best one. The production was at its best, and the thing that I love about this one that the other two did not show off is Abel's voice. The man, the guy behind the Weekend project. I was surprised of how solid his voice is. Um, like we all know he had a voice, but I mean it was kind of like dubbed down, auto tuned. Like it was studioized. This I think easily was the rawest we have heard his voice of the whole trilogy, especially with the title opener, the mixtape opener of D&D, which is the Michael Jackson cover of Dirty Diane, which easily is one of my favorite song off this mixtape. I'm not a big Michael Jackson fan, but I just love how he did it. Cause I have to give the guy credit. Like there's moments where I feel like he can easily just be Michael Jackson from his voice. It just sounded like I was listening to more of a remix than actually a cover of a song, which was very interesting, and it kind of fits his style. Like it's a dark, moody trick, and it kind of sets up for what a perfect high note for what ultimately be his best mixtape. Montreal, the next track, the pop track is pretty dang good. It's one of my favorites. It's a very good pop track. I can't really say that much of it. One of the things that I feel like the Weeknd improved from this mixtape than previous ones was actually making the party trouble real and actually kind of believable. Um, Definitely one of my, I think the biggest weak sides of House of Balloons and Thursday is how the Weeknd kind of, like, the lyrics are very corny and very cheesy. In fact, kind of douchey, and just kind of like feels like he's more promoting partying than kind of saying, well, I mean, it's fun for a little bit, but it's really not that good all the time. Definitely this one shows the darker turn, which I really liked. It a very nice change of pace in this one, especially from track 5 to track 8, what kind of tells this story, kind of tells him addressing the fame and just the trouble of partying, like overdose, losing money, you're not having enough money to pay for rent, your parents are ashamed of you, your mom's crying because she found a bag of weed in the laundry. I mean, it's like realistic stuff that you can easily hear from your friends or from your from your friends who are probably into that. But the song, but like one of the highlights for me was Same Old Song, which I can't help but like feel like he even knows the same, like he can't help, like I'm just feel like playing the same old song when he's there's this girl that he like had was in love with, but apparently didn't care for him, and now that he's somewhat famous, she's now calling him up, and yay, I get the number. But the thing about I like, because he's just like he kind of makes a realistic reason to it. I'm like, well, now you're talking to me when I'm famous. Really? Are you just that shallow? I mean, I might not even be famous for that long. Maybe this is the high point of my career. Maybe it goes all downhill from here. So, like, if you want a relationship, make it for the long one, which I really like. That was definitely a very. I don't know why, but it's a very strong point for me on this album. But, and the second to last track on the mixtape, next, I truly think should have been the finale, because it felt like a very satisfying end to a very satisfying mixtape. I mean, I don't think Echo of Silence, the self-titled track, the album closer, was a bad track. It just felt kind of like misplaced at kind of what this kind of storyline similarity of what track 5 through 8 kind of had in store. But besides, I mean, and that's probably my biggest complaint of this mixtape. I mean, there's still some cheesy moments of it. More kind of happens towards the beginning than the end. Like, I feel like actually the end builds up to me. But besides that, I really dig this. I think this is his best mixtape so far, and I'm really excited to see what the Weeknd's full-length debut album will be like. Um, and now this mixtape definitely got me 100% on board of his 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 bandwagon, the fame rhyme. I'm very excited to see what the Weeknd will do next. I have to give this album a very solid 8. I think this more mixtape a very solid 8 out of 10. I think again, I think it's the best out of the trilogy. A very satisfying end to what could be a start of an interesting career for the Weeknd. But what do you guys think about this album? Liking it? Hating it? On the fence about it? Think it's all right. I don't know. I mean, just let me know. Let me know in the comments below. And I'm also if you're kind of liking what I'm doing here, please subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff. And also follow me on Twitter and Tumblr. Twitter T Roy Jenkins and Tumblr that one Music Dork for kind of music updates around the internet. And also I've been liking your comments of kind of like the criticism of what the channel, like what I'm doing with the channel. I want to know what I'm doing wrong and what I'm doing right, so I can fix it and make this overall a better experience for everybody. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, subscribe, follow, and tell me what do you think about the album, and also tell me what you think about this channel, what I can do better, or what am I actually doing right. But until then, guys, keep your ears open, my friends.